Recently, DJI has unveiled their new Osmo Action 6, and as expected, it's packed with upgraded imaging hardware, stronger stabilization, and better durability than the previous generation. But here's the interesting twist. A newer player called Xtra has entered the action cam space with their Xtra Edge camera, a surprisingly capable compact shooter that comes in at a much lower price. Also, it looks similar to the DJI Action Camera. So naturally, people want to know, how does this new budget-friendly competitor stack up against DJI's latest powerhouse? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. Let's start with the overall design and build. The Osmo Action 6 looks refined, rugged, and ready for anything. DJI's signature compact body is still here, but it's stronger and more durable with better waterproofing right out of the box. It reaches deep water ratings without needing a protective case. And that's one thing DJI has always done well, making a body you can trust during rough adventures. On the other hand, the Xtra Edge also tries to bring that tough personality, and surprisingly, it does well for its price. It's extremely lightweight at around 149 grams, waterproof up to 16 meters without a case, and the magnetic quick mount system makes it convenient for vlogging and sports. Even though DJI's build quality feels more premium, the Xtra Edge does hold its own, especially considering the cost difference. When it comes to displays, both cameras have dual touchscreens, front and back, which is perfect for vloggers. DJI's panels tend to be brighter and more responsive, especially under sunlight, which makes the Action 6 easier to operate outdoors. The Xtra Edge still gives you a sharp rear display and a useful front screen, but the brightness and color accuracy can feel just a bit behind DJI. For casual users, that won't be a major issue, but for creators who rely heavily on on-screen framing and color reference, the Action 6 has the advantage. Now let's move into camera performance, because this is where the biggest difference shows. The DJI Osmo Action 6 features a newer 1 by 1.1 inch square CMOS sensor with large 2.4 micrometer pixel system designed to improve dynamic range, detail, and low light performance, and you can immediately see the improvement in footage clarity. The HDR mode is cleaner, shadows have more detail, and daytime footage looks incredibly crisp. It even comes with a variable mechanical aperture of f/2 to f/4, which is a big deal for an action cam. The Xtra Edge is no slouch with its 1 by 1.3 inch sensor, which is the same size used in several premium action cams, and you can see that in the wide dynamic range and surprisingly good color richness. In good lighting, both cameras produce impressive footage, but DJI still leads with better tone accuracy and overall cleaner image processing. While resolution and frame rates, DJI gives you the typical high-end output, sharp 4K at various frame rates and smooth stabilization across the board. The Xtra Edge also offers 4K 16:9 up to 120 FPS and 4K 3:4 up to 30 FPS, which is impressive at this price point. It even supports 10-bit color profiles like Xlog and HLG for users who like to color grade their footage. That's a huge win for creators looking for cinematic quality without overspending. While DJI tends to have better color science out of the box, the Xtra Edge gives more advanced color grade flexibility at a lower price, which is a major surprise. Now let's talk stabilization, because this is one area where action cameras truly define themselves. DJI's Rocksteady and Horizon Steady systems are still among the best in the industry. The Action 6 continues that legacy with even more precise horizon leveling and smoother movement correction, which keeps footage incredibly stable even during intense activities like biking, skateboarding, or snowboarding. The Xtra Edge features Motion Master, Motion Master Plus, and Tilt Guard, which do a very good job at keeping footage smooth. In regular daily activities or casual sports, the difference is small. But when you push into high-speed action or rapid movement, DJI's stabilization still feels more consistent and more polished. For vloggers and casual creators, the Xtra Edge's stabilization will be more than enough. For adventure athletes, DJI remains the safer bet. Low-light performance is another area where DJI edges ahead. The Action 6's new sensor delivers noticeably cleaner shadows, less noise, and more realistic color during nighttime or indoor shooting. The Xtra Edge does okay in low light, but tends to show more grain, especially when you're recording in 4K. If you mostly shoot outdoors during the day, this won't matter, but if you rely on nighttime shooting, DJI clearly performs better. Battery life is surprisingly competitive. The Osmo Action 6 brings improved efficiency and better cold weather endurance, which is a big deal for winter sports enthusiasts. The Xtra Edge has a generous 2,190 mAh battery and can reach around 3 hours in controlled tests, but as usual, real-world performance dips a bit once you crank up resolution or stabilization. DJI still performs more consistently across a variety of conditions. The Xtra Edge lasts long enough for typical daily shooting, but isn't as reliable under temperature extremes. On the software side, DJI continues to offer a polished and familiar interface, both in-camera and through the DJI Mimo app. The menus feel more refined, everything responds quickly, and syncing footage is fast. The Xtra Edge app and interface are functional and offer all the necessary tools, but you can tell it's still maturing. For average users who just want to shoot and transfer clips, it works fine, but if you want professional features or deep control, DJI feels more complete. Audio performance is another important category, especially for vloggers. DJI's microphones provide clearer voices and better wind noise reduction. The Xtra Edge uses a triple mic setup as well, but sometimes wind suppression isn't as polished and voices may sound slightly flatter compared to DJI. If you plan to use external mics, this won't be a big issue, but for straight out of camera audio, DJI takes the lead. Now, let's talk value. This is where the Xtra Edge becomes genuinely appealing. The DJI Osmo Action 6 is a premium camera, and it carries a premium price. It's absolutely worth the money for professionals, athletes, and creators who demand the best. But the Xtra Edge delivers a lot of those features: 4K high frame rate, 10-bit profiles, rugged build, waterproofing, good stabilization at a significantly lower price. For beginners, casual vloggers, and anyone who wants great quality without pushing into flagship pricing, the Xtra Edge is honestly very impressive for what it offers. It's a budget-friendly camera that doesn't feel like budget, and that alone makes it worth considering.